our listeners. This is a very great opportunity for me to speak to these bar associations, the East African Law Society, on these matters which I think are very critical for today's lawyer and the future lawyer. I'll begin by giving you two important quotes that summarize my area for discussion this afternoon. And I want you to listen to them carefully. One, the future will not belong to lawyers who know the law alone, but lawyers who can apply the law in a changing technological world. I can repeat that. The future will not belong to lawyers who know the law alone, but lawyers who can apply the law in a changing technological world. That is one. Two, the future will not wait for lawyers to catch up. Lawyers must prepare to meet the future. I repeat, the future will not wait for lawyers to catch up. Lawyers must prepare to meet the future. I wanted to have those as opening quotes, and they will summarize my discussion. We are looking at technological disruptions in the legal profession today, and it is anchored with quite a number of features. We have AI, and that is generative AI and agentic AI, how they have entered the legal profession and the legal practice. Matters to do with the legal research, due diligence, contract review, among others, can all be done in minutes than they used to be days ago. Disruption of billable hour, which discussion Kenneth discussed earlier on, has also become an issue where a client doesn't need to come with completely nothing in head to meet an advocate. A client will come having done quite a number of research about the case or the problem. By the time he comes to you or she comes to you, already has some background information. We have cloud-based practice management and corroboration. Things have changed totally. Case filing, case tracking, client communication, everything being digitized and tracked within just minutes. Today, we are having so much to do with the e-filings, e-payments, e-drafting, e-service, e-hearings, among others. All these are part of the disruptions in the legal practice. E-discovery platforms are equally there. Software now today uses machine learning and predictive coding to sort, review, and redact massive volumes of digital data during litigation, which originally couldn't be possible. Today, in Uganda, for instance, use of pseudonymity is a matter of practice, but not a rule of law. You can see a case being filed using names of a minor, names of, if it is a divorce cause, names of the parties to the cause, whereby certain evidence and what happens is really too confidential, which would have ordinarily required protecting such persons. Sometime, I think about around March this year, there is a decision, a judgment that was uploaded on Yuli in Uganda here, which disclosed all the details of a minor, including his age, where he lives, everything captured in a judgment without even anything like redacting. AI is coming to, and I commented about that decision. I even tweeted it, and I was so happy to see that the judiciary immediately took action. They pulled it down and had to redact and upload it again to protect the confidentiality of such people. All these are serious issues. Then the legal tech startups and alternative providers, we are having so much to do with the startups and alternative legal service providers who are bypassing the traditional law firm gatekeepers. And this is incidentally eating up every firm today. We have issues of blockchain and smart contracts. Before anybody thinks of a client now these days comes to you with a draft, say, I had something I had initiated. When you internalize well, that is an AI product. So what is this all speaking to? This is speaking to very serious issues to a modern lawyer today and a lawyer for the future. How are we going to survive in this next generation? There are survival strategies that have to be into place. One, we need to leverage poker skills over checker tasks. What does this mean? AI excels at structured, rule-based checker tools like e-discovery, contract drafting, and basic research. So we have to put ourselves in that situation today that without it, we are going to become irrelevant. And we need to set the ball rolling now. Even talking about 2035, like David, you said in your opening remarks, it's too far to me. We already even the gap. So we should think about 3 years from now. The dynamics are completely changing day by day. We need to adopt hybrid intelligence, combine the speed of AI with the oversight of a human attorney. There is a lot of misuse which the previous speaker has talked about when it comes to use of AI in the legal practice. And incidentally, I think we shall have a chance to talk about later on. Globally, courts have been condemning and lawyers have been hit terribly for professional misconduct when they misuse AI. So, well, as we have it, it is good, it is a tool, but it should not overshadow the human attorney in you. Then transition to digital and agile operations is also critical. Clients today demand greater transparency, faster turnaround time, and cost predictability. So the only way we can fit into these demands is to embrace digital transformation as well as automation. And once we do that, we are going to reach that stage where we feel that we are the lawyer of the technology generation. We need also to cultivate in emerging practice areas. So much of them, the aerospace law is one of them, cybersecurity. Those are very critical areas. We also need to prioritize cybersecurity and compliance, and that involves data protection. Now, what should a lawyer of 2035 be, as the topic is, though I said it is quite far. But a lawyer of 2035 should have the following skills, competences, and survival strategies. I'll just summarize them about 9 to 10. One, the legal profession is changing rapidly because of AI, digital courts, automation, and legal technology. That is a fact we cannot deny at all. The lawyer of 2035 must combine strong legal knowledge with digital and AI literacy. Gone are the days of thinking you are going to scratch only the brain in the library, like the years of David at LDC. Only entering that building, that block, we are away from that. You need to combine strong legal knowledge with digital and AI literacy. The other concern is routine legal work will increasingly be automated. But judgment, ethics, advocacy, and client care will remain human strength. So as much as we talk about automation, judgment, ethics, advocacy, and client care will remain the human attorney in you. Meaning, AI is a very valuable tool, but it should not replace your human judgment. You have to combine the two to avoid issues of hallucination and professional misconduct. The other important concern is future lawyers must understand digital evidence, data protection, cybersecurity, e-filing, virtual hearings, and AI-assisted legal research. Those ones today, you cannot avoid. Even the existing platforms we are using, Google, Chrome, all have LLMs. Gemini is there, Perplex is there. So there is no way now you are going to exist in this profession without using aid of these. So you must prepare yourself for that. The other is legal research and drafting will still matter. But lawyers must verify AI-generated content, authorities, and citations. I have 1,000 cases where courts have condemned lawyers for hallucinations while submitting in court, while filing submissions, among others. I'm yet to see also the sanctions against the judges themselves when they write judgments and they are full of hallucinations, and the blame is only put to lawyers, but there are also judgments that are full of hallucinated content. And that is something we should all be looking at. Then the next generation must develop interdisciplinary skills by engaging with technology, business, policy, and innovation. The previous speaker has posed a very critical question to me. Well, as Rwanda, Kenya are moving faster on regulatory and legal framework concerning AI. Where is Uganda? Where is Tanzania? This is an issue. Uganda is soon, we had the paperless judiciary being launched on 1st June this year. Paperless judiciary, and in the Court of Appeal, there is a bit of integration of AI in the court processes. But when you go to court, when you do work, you don't feel the paperless judiciary. You are still in the other judiciary. First of all, one of the concerns could be the regulatory and policy framework, which is lacking, and that is something other East African countries need to leverage. As we talk about the East African Law Society, why should some countries be moving faster, others behind? Yet we are talking about cross-border legal practice soon. We shall have issues. Then the other is lawyers must protect confidentiality, avoid over-reliance on AI, and remain accountable for their professional work. Incidentally, in one of the areas of this dialogue we had, there is a question which is very, very critical. Who owns the brief? Is it AI, lawyers, and the legal advice? And my answer is very simple. The client owns the legal problem. The lawyer owns the professional responsibility. AI owns nothing. So it goes back to a lawyer being a professional. You have the professional duty to execute your business professionally, ethically. And where anything becomes a problem, it goes back to you. So that is something very critical. Confidentiality, as the moderator said, maybe we shall talk about it later. The other concern is survival will depend on continuous learning, adaptability, specialization, and responsible use of technology. That is key. We have been telling the judiciary, you are moving so fast with the technology. We love technology, some of us, it is really our area. But sometimes when you are too ambitious, you may make it crash the entire system. Before even your staff appreciate the use of AKBs, you want to go paperless. Before even you have the necessary confidentiality strategies in place, you're already moving to paperless. And we are telling them, no, let us take the process systematically, gradually, but impactful. And that is what we should also be looking at. Then young lawyers should view the expertise in emerging fields such as AI law, data protection, cyber law, fintech, IP, and digital rights. I'm happy some universities have started training lawyers in these areas, which hitherto in our days were non-existent. Perhaps IP, which we are doing in the ordinary way, but now it is integrated with technology, among others. And lastly, the lawyer of 2035 will not be replaced by technology. I want to give assurance to lawyers, because some of them, why they fear even embracing technology, because they think technology is here to undo them. No. A 2035 lawyer will not be replaced by technology, but by another lawyer who uses technology better, ethically, and strategically. So you will exist as a lawyer, but you will be replaced by another lawyer who uses technology better, ethically, and strategically. So the ball is in your hands. either embrace technology or accept to become irrelevant. I'll conclude with another ending quote. Technology will change the tools of lawyering, but integrity, judgment, and service will remain the soul of the legal profession. I thank you.